We've got a brand new truck today. It's been a while since we featured a 10th scale crawler on the channel, and I'm really happy about this one. It looks amazing. And let's take a second and realize when we're talking about crawlers, at least most of us appreciate something that looks really good. This is one of the coolest looking 10th scale crawlers I've ever had my hands on. I'm not saying it's the coolest, but it is up there. It's unique and it's really awesome. So this is by a brand, RGT, and they have created a good name for themselves. They started off with some fairly generic looking things, but now they're kind of all over the place in the crawling world, and this one has got to be their best looking crawler so far. Functionality wise, there's some cool things in here too I want to show you before we drive it, but what we're going to do in this video is drive it and let you know if it's worth your hard-earned money. With the hundreds of trucks Abby and I have tested, we should be able to peg this thing pretty well by the end of the video and let you know our thoughts on it, so you don't just go in blindly and buy something. So this does come 100% ready to run with a really nice radio. Now it's a little bit rebranded to have RGT stickers on there, but this is basically one of those Dumbo RC, or I like to call it the Dumbork radio. This thing has insanely good range, and nobody has any complaints about this. For a budget, ready to run transmitter, it is awesome. It has extra channels on there too, so you can turn your lights on and off, that kind of thing. Speaking of lights, this has pre-run lights in this truck, and I think in today's day and age, if you're going to charge a couple $100 or more for an RC truck, you've got to have lights on there to stay competitive with everybody else. So these awesome, unique little bucket lights up front have lights already run to them, and then we don't have the traditional, boring, expected, you know, bumper lights back here. We actually have a tail light up top, which I think is extremely awesome. You'll notice that this has a chrome piece here, just decorative, of course. It came with optional chrome pieces that you can add, or black ones, so we might swap that out and go black. I think the black looks really cool, but that's up to you. The only thing I wish this had that it doesn't have running out of the box is a functional smokestack, because with this cold weather it would look really awesome to have a functional smokestack. But I do have an alternative for that, and I might install it. And here's the best part. Here's the best part about this. Actually, there's two really cool things. You know it's a good truck when it takes this long to even get to the running part of the video. This is a magnetic hinged system that pulls up. I love the magnet.
You just unplugged lights.
I did unplug the lights. I pulled a bit too far. Let's just go all the way here. Okay, so that can pop up 90 degrees. Taking a look at the electronics inside, I love the mounted position of the motor, the steering servo. It's all up front to try to get the weight distribution right up front, including where the battery goes. Now it comes with a nickel metal hydride battery, but you can just take this little jumper, this little plastic piece right here, and unplug it and plug it over in on the other side, on the left side, and it'll run a LiPo battery. So you can run LiPo right out of the box. You can also adjust your ESC brake, and yes, Abby, good eye. I was getting to that, but it has real functioning, independent, oil-filled cantilever shocks. How amazing is that? How amazing does that look? Now, if you guys are really into the RC world, you'll know that Traxxas has a copyright, I guess, on cantilever shocks. I don't know about that. I mean, they say they do. Formula One, Newman Haas Racing had cantilever shocks before they ever did, but we've seen some ARMA vehicles get pushed under due to lawsuits because of the cantilever shock system. We've seen some other vehicles on the market mysteriously vanish just because of cantilever shocks. Now look, we like Traxxas, but we don't like their business tactics and their business strategies.
So if you like this RC, pick it up before it's gone.
You better buy it now, that's right. That's what I'm kind of getting at, because either they've dropped that whole thing, because RGT is a pretty good brand. Like, they're up and coming, really good brand, and I'd hate to see anything happen to them. So support them and buy this crawler. But we're gonna run it first. If at any point in time during the video you're interested in this truck, we have it linked in the description box below. It's absolutely awesome, and by using that link you support us, and it doesn't cost you an extra penny, so what's to lose with that? Let's drive. All right, this could be my stupidity, but I want to point this out. So we actually do have front bumper lights. I didn't expect that. I got the front bucket lights working, but the back tail light is not working. I played around with the transmitter to hit the different switches. Now look, if I switch the positions of the wiring here and I go like this, we can get the tail light to work. Okay, so that's on, and then the bucket lights are not on.
And we've pressed all the buttons on there.
So what I want to do is put the, look at that. I just pulled this out a hair, so maybe it's not pushed in all the way. I think though that this back port here, this little back servo spot is dead. for the receiver. So what I would do is just get a Y split for a servo wire and split that, and it should work. Before we drive this awesome truck, I want to thank our top tier Patreon supporters today. You guys really are the absolute backbone of our channel. I love having those private conversations with you guys through text, and we only have 9 spots left on our top tier Patreon supporters. So if you guys want to be one of those supporters, swing over to our Patreon page, linked in the description box below, become an official sponsor of the RC Sailors, and we can talk about your favorite cereal, your favorite RCs, or just whatever. Looking forward to it. Looks awesome on this snow. We're just going to chill here for a minute, Abby. Drive. So it's a shame about the light, but it is an easy fix. I can seriously just take a Y harness and fix that. Let's take a look at our switches here really fast. So this channel 4 doesn't seem to do anything regarding the lights. And then can I turn the lights on and off? I don't seem to have any radio functionality over the lights. Hey, I did get the blinkers to turn off. So for some reason, channel 3 turns on the bumper lights, but they turn on like caution lights. You see that?
Yeah.
And then if I turn it off, press the button again, they turn off. So I don't know, the caution lights are kind of goofy, I guess, but I'll run with them on. I guess I like that. That's okay. It's better than no lights. And I really wish the tail light worked, but it's not the end of the world because I can easily fix that with a Y split. I thought that by pushing brakes or reverse it might kick on, but no, that's not the case. When I switch those 2 wires around, one light turns on, the other turns off. And I actually reseated that little female port for the servo lead. I reseated it back down in farther because it was a little loose and I still didn't have it working. So let's do a full speed test on this, up the hill. There's full throttle. Feels like it's got some power. We'll go down the hill. I mean, it sounds pretty good. Sounds geared out really well. We can power through all this stuff. Let's go down on the trail, have a little fun with this. I really like this truck. This is kind of crazy. The ground is rock solid right now, except for these little blades of grass. It is rock solid because it's frozen.
Don't know where you're going. Okay, I went the wrong way. You took me under a tree.
This really is a very capable crawler. I hit those little rocks up there. I don't know, Abby's kind of like tripping and falling over the snow today. Hard to record when it's so slick out. But look, I mean, even these tires are really soft. Even in this cold, I want to get a feel on these because I really haven't. Yeah, they're nice and squishy. They're filled with foam. Those are nice.
I'm gonna fall.
Like, this is a stationary shot there, Abby. You do not have to chase the truck right now. But you see how soft these are?
I see.
And I don't know if those are like bead locked or just glued, but that's a sweet looking setup. The whole tire, the whole wheel looks really good. I like this truck for just an all-purpose crawler, a good looking vehicle that could be easily modified. You could take this body, take these plastic pieces off, spray paint them silver and a little bit of rust color, and then maybe add a little bit of rust and scratches to this, and it would really age it nicely. I mean, this thing is sweet. Or just cover it in stickers. They have a few different colors too if you're not a fan of this mustard yellow. That's what I'm calling it anyway. I mean, there is just a lot of movement there too on those shocks. Isn't that a sweet looking truck?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Oh my gosh, this could easily be one of my favorites. I mean, I would put this up there with a lot of axial trucks too. You got to drive this before we're done here.
Waiting on you to give me the controller.
Yeah.
You got about 2 more minutes before I steal it from you.
You know what? I think that might be... The truck is acting like the battery's dead.
No.
Yeah, I swear. That is... You're not going to get to drive it. So that's the downside to these old nickel metal hydride batteries. I think that's it for the battery. I believe that's it. Are you still trucking along, or does it act like it's dead? Okay, I don't know. That was weird. Maybe it was just calling your name. That's what's so weird. Yeah, the lights just kicked off. Yeah, that's a dead battery. That's a dead battery. Okay. Well, you know what? It might be a short-ish video. Don't kill that nickel metal too bad. It's probably just a bad one though.
It's not like you'll ever use it again.
Oh yeah, we'll recycle it and take it out with a lipo. So, all right, crazy. Now that's a good spot to end this one. This is a weird situation to be in for the vehicle because it only has one real issue out of the box, and that is that we had, and I doubt that everybody would have this, an issue with this light port right here. All I have to do is take 2 screws off this receiver box, go in there and re-split this Y that's in there. I'm assuming it's on a Y split, and if not, it needs to be, just to provide power to the rear light too. There's got to be something bad with that connection there because the front one works just fine on both sets of lights. You guys saw it yourself. I did give this a long full charge, this battery, on the included trickle charger. I mean, I think I let it go like 7 or 8 hours, and that's pretty normal for a nickel metal hydride. I'm not too bummed out though because I have a ton of LiPo batteries, and this with a jumper can switch over to a LiPo setup no problem. Like, these are very, very minimal issues to have on a truck that I like so much. Most of the time, if this were, you know, any other type of vehicle, I would probably say having the light issue and then a crap battery like that out of the box would be don't buy it. But for me, when you're in the crawling world and at this price point, I almost wish they would sell this
without a battery.
The battery and without the charger, so you could save probably about 20 bucks. I'd say that's probably all it would knock off because that battery's not worth more than $20 and the charger's worth like $1. But it would be nice. It would be really nice because I'm just going to run a 2S LiPo on this thing, and trust me, this will stay in the collection forever. Mark my words, 5 years from now when you see another shot of all of our crawling vehicles together, this will still be there. It is that cool. It is a very awesome truck. And I know that this video didn't do it much justice. We just kind of putted around here. I did not expect that battery to die so quickly. We were going to go all over here. So if you want to see a follow-up on this, just let us know in the comments below and we'll try to make that happen. But this is a very awesome truck and I highly recommend it. And from the short time that I got to drive this so far, I can tell that it's a performing vehicle too. So I'm a huge, huge fan of this crawler. If you guys, this would be a good first crawler too. It's narrow, it's not top heavy, it will drive through the trails, and you could take this out crawling around the lake when you go hiking or something. So it's a huge win in my book. We'll have a link in the description box below if you want to pick one up for yourself. And just for getting out here today, even though it's super cold and Abby's fingers are turning pink and red, and I'm sorry you didn't get to drive this any longer.
I feel like a flashback to about 3 years ago.
All the drones.
Every single drone I never got to fly.
Who could have predicted that though? I mean, I know it's like 25 degrees out today, but that should have run for at least 15 or 20 minutes on that included battery.
I would have thought so with a crawler, yeah.
That was a really, really weak. I mean, that's got to be like a lemon battery. It's just a bad battery.
I'm sure everybody got a good laugh from it, so it's funny.
I'm sorry. But for all the good and just getting out here and having some fun, I thank the big guy upstairs. And I also want to say a huge thanks to our Patreon supporters just for keeping the channel going, you guys. Probably because it is 20 degrees today, we may not have gotten out today. We might have stayed home, bundled up, nice, cozy, and warm. But we like getting out here to get some content to you guys. We know there's still a lot of you around the world that are stuck inside for various reasons, and hopefully these videos, even though they're short, bring you a little bit of joy. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Well, it's really hard to compete with the way this looks, but we've got a couple other crawlers that we love, and we'll have one of those videos popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. See you there.
Bye.